GNC and Shipt announced a new partnership that for the first time will bring same-day delivery of GNC health and wellness products to consumers across the country. So Shipt customers, they can select GNC in the app on Shipt.com or on Shipt.com, and they can add any products to their order, vitamins, supplements, you name it, and they can get it delivered same day. So again, now we have Shipt coming into the space, adding more retailers to their platform, and that space significantly heating up and throwing their little hat in the ring, huh?
Yeah, I mean, and this you have a case of where Shipt is actually owned by a retailer. Like let's point that out, right? That's very different than what we were just talking about. And now Target effectively in their online marketplace, which is what this is, if you get right down to it, now has GNC in their online marketplace. And they've been signing up a lot of other brands too. And so you've got now marketplaces on Instacart and Shipt that are signing up brands and retailers that Amazon many times also doesn't carry, if you think about this.
Right.
And so we've talked a lot on the show. Carter used to talk about it too, the line of commerce, right? It's a marketplace on one end, a social media connection on the other. Well, what you're seeing, what I'm thinking about is like these companies can now insert themselves in front of Amazon in terms of the mind share of and the connection to that consumer around quick delivery. So they build this out enough. That's different. Like that is something to really, really watch, especially when you start talking about Target as a retailer and everything it could do. It makes me start to wonder, like, when do we see the changeover, right? Like, do Shipt drivers start wearing red at some point? And we start making that association as a full-on Target marketplace because the retailers are so, addicted to the drug-induced hit of last mile delivery that they don't have another choice, right? And they have to start selling through Target and they're just comfortable with it. So Emma the intern.
You're going to get a lot of pushback from Target and Shipt on that one because they are really trying to stay separate. But I think the point that you're making is that there's maybe more advantages to joining that partnership or fusing that together more so than I think they would like to say.
Those two can talk about that all they want till the cows come home. But like, let's look at what they've done. Look at the leadership. They brought Kelly Caruso in, who previous to that time was a merchant throughout her entire career, literally probably knew nothing about this space. She's now leading that. So like, that's not the move you make if you're going to try to keep those things separate for the long term. And then some of the other hires they brought in, same type of pedigree. So like, that's going to happen. And if I have to believe if what I'm even like pontificating comes true, like you have to think that's at least in conversation to some degree. So they can tell us all they want, but I'm just not buying it. Emma the intern, what do you think?
I think like just on a product level, I always go to Amazon for health and wellness things just because they come fast and they're always less expensive. But GNC just has such a wider variety. And with Amazon, I'm always weary of anything that I'm going to be putting in my body just because it's like, I don't know where that really came from. But I think this is awesome. And I really hope that this really helps GNC get their product assortment out to the people.
Dude, that's a fantastic point. Like you get these marketplaces too with established sellers, not random third-party stuff that is, you're kind of like, what is that? That's a whole nother angle to this in terms of the disintermediation. Wow, that's a fancy.
And the brands themselves, like we're talking CPG brands themselves going direct to consumer now. I mean, how long is it going to be before, Pepsi's snacks.com is delivering same day via Instacart? Like, I mean, if you know the products you're going to, yeah.
Right. No, that's good. Wow, that's a good point. Or even just serving up advertising to have it fulfilled wherever they want to. Man, God, I love doing this show. That's a really amazing point, Emma. I hadn't thought about that at all.
Thank you.
That's a really big point of differentiation between the Amazon experience, right? You really get to know what you get in those. And so where are you going to go for your same day needs? Man, that's interesting stuff.